Welcome back. Chapter 40. Words left her. It was something primal, the feeling that took over, numb rage and terror, and a betrayal that seared through every part of her. She backed away from the printer and looked out of the darkened window. Elliot Ward, unknown. Elliot Ward was the killer. Andy's killer, Sal's and Barney's. She watched the half-dead trees beckon in the wind and recreated the scene in her head. Her bumping into Mr. Ward in his classroom. The note gliding to the floor. This note, the one he'd left for her. His deceitful, kind face as he asked whether she was being bullied. Kara dropping off cookies that she and her dad had baked to cheer up the Amobis about their dead dog. All lies. Mr. Ward, the man she saw as another father figure, the man who'd made elaborate brunch spreads and scavenger hunts for them, the man who bought Pip bear claw slippers to wear at their house to match the family, the man who told knock-knock jokes with an easy laugh, and he was a murderer. Kara called her name. She folded the page and slipped it into her pocket. "You've been ages," Kara said as Pip returned to the kitchen. "Bathroom," she said, placing the laptop down in front of Kara. "Listen, I'm not feeling so great, and I should really be editing my college essay. Deadline is tomorrow. Think I'm going to head out." "Oh," Kara frowned, "but Lauren's going to be here soon, and I wanted us all to watch Blair Witch. Dad even agreed. And he's now normally such a wimp with scary movies." "Where is your dad?" Pip asked. "Tutoring?" "How often are you here? You know tutoring is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Think he just had to stay late at school." "Oh yeah, sorry, the days are blurring." She paused, thinking. "I've always wondered why your dad does tutoring. Surely he doesn't need the money." "Why?" Kara said. "Because my mom's side of the family is richer than God?" "Exactly. I think he just enjoys it," Naomi said, placing a tea light through the mouth of her pumpkin. "He'd probably be willing to pay his tuties just to let him garble on about history." "I can't remember when he started," Pip said. Naomi looked up to think. "He started just before I was about to leave for college, I think. So just over 5 years ago?" "Think so," Naomi said. "Why don't you ask him? His car just pulled up." Pip stiffened. She needed to leave now. Get out. "It's okay. I'm going to head home." "Sorry." She grabbed her backpack, watching the headlights flick off to darken through the window. "Don't be silly," Kara said, concern lining her eyes. "And hey, we can hang out on Saturday after you've submitted, right? Watch the Winter Carnival setup." "Yeah." A key scraping, the back door shoved open, footsteps crossing the family room. Mr. Ward appeared in the kitchen. The lenses in his glasses steamed up at the edges as he entered the warm room, smiling at the three of them. He placed his briefcase and a grocery bag down on the counter. "Hello all," he said. "Gosh, teachers do love the sound of their own voices. Longest meeting of my life." Pip forced a smile. "Wow, look at these pumpkins," he said, eyes wandering between them, a wide grin splitting his face. "Pip, are you here for the movie? I've just picked up some spooky Halloween candy for us." He held up the bag and waved it with a ghost-like howl. Chapter 41. She got home just as her parents were leaving to take Harry Potter Josh trick-or-treating. "Come with us, Pickle," her dad said as her mom zipped him into his Ghostbuster costume. "I should stay in and edit my essay," she said, "and deal with the trick-or-treaters." "Can't give yourself a night off?" her mom asked. "Nope, sorry." "Okay, sweetie. Remember, other sweeties are by the door." Her mom giggled at her own joke. "Got it. See you later." Josh stepped outside waving his hand. Asio candy. Pip's dad grabbed his marshmallow-shaped head and followed. Her mom paused to kiss the top of Pip's head and then closed the door behind them. Pip watched through the glass pane in the front door, and when her family reached the end of the drive, she pulled out her phone and texted Ravi, "Come to my house right now." She calling Ravi. He stared down at the mug collapsed between his hands. "Mr. Ward," he shook his head, "it can't be." "It can, though," Pip said, her knees rattling against the underside of the table. "He doesn't have an alibi for the night Andy disappeared. I know he doesn't. One of his daughters was at Max's house all night, and the other one was sleeping at mine." Ravi exhaled, and it rippled through the surface of his milky coffee. It must have been cold by now, like hers. "And he has no alibi for Tuesday when Sal died," she said. "He called in sick to work that day. He told me himself." "But Sal loved Mr. Ward," Ravi said in the smallest voice she'd ever heard from him. "I know." The table suddenly seemed very wide between them. "So, is he the secret older man Andy was seeing?" Ravi said after a while. "The one she met at the Ivy House?" "Maybe," she said. Andy spoke of ruining this person. Elliot was a teacher in a position of trust. He would have been in a lot of trouble if she told someone about them. Criminal charges, jail time. She looked down at her own untouched coffee and her warped reflection in it. Andy called Elliot an asshole to her friends days before she went missing. Elliot said it was because he found out Andy was a bully and contacted her father about the topless video. Maybe that's not what it was about. How did he know about the hit and run? Did Naomi tell him? I don't think so. She said she never told anyone. I don't know how he knew. There are still some gaps here, Ravi said. I know, but he's the one that threatened me and killed Barney. It's him, Ravi. Okay. Ravi locked his wide and drained eyes on her. So how do we prove it? Pip moved her mug away and leaned on the table. Elliot tutors 3 times a week, she said. I never really thought it was weird until tonight. The Wards don't need the money to worry about money. His wife's life insurance paid out a lot, and her parents are still alive and super wealthy. Plus, Mr. Ward used to be a college professor. He probably has a good salary. He only started tutoring just over 5 years ago in 2014. Okay. So what if he's not tutoring 3 times a week? She said, what if he, I don't know, goes to the place where he buried Andy, visiting her grave as some kind of penance? Ravi pulled a face, lines of doubt crossing his forehead and nose. Not 3 times a week. Yeah, okay, she conceded. Well, what if he's visiting her? She only thought it for the first time as the words formed in her throat. What if Andy is alive and he's keeping her somewhere and he goes to see her 3 times a week? Finally they think Andy is alive. Ravi pulled the same face again. A handful of near-forgotten memories elbowed their way into her head. Butterfingers, she muttered. Sorry? Her eyes darted left and right, grappling with the thought. Disappearing Butterfingers, she said louder. Kara keeps finding food missing from their house. Food she just saw her dad buy. Oh my God, he has Andy and he's feeding her. You might be slightly jumping to conclusion here, Sarge. We have to find out where he goes, Pip said, sitting up, her legs shaking again. Tomorrow's Friday, a tutoring day. And what if he's actually tutoring? And what if he's not? You think we should tell him? Ravi said. No, she said as an idea dragged itself to the forefront. I have a better idea. Give me your phone. Ravi rummaged in his pocket and pulled out his phone, sliding it across the table to her. Passcode? She said. 1122. What are you doing? I'm enabling Find My Friends on our phones. She clicked on the app and sent an invitation to her own phone. She swiped her cell open and accepted it. Now we are sharing our locations indefinitely. And just like that, she said, shaking her phone in the air, we have a tracking device. You scare me a little bit, he said. Tomorrow, at the end of school, I need to find a way to leave my phone in his car. How? I'll think of something. Don't go anywhere alone with him, Pip. He leaned forward, eyes unwavering. I mean it. There was a knock at the front door. Pip jumped up and Ravi followed her down the hall. She picked up the bowl of candy and opened the door. Trick or treat, a chorus of tiny voices screeched. Oh, wow, Pip said, recognizing two vampires as the Yardley children from 3 doors down. Don't you all look scary? She lowered the bowl and the 6 kids swarmed towards her, grabbing hands first. Pip smiled up at the group of adults waiting for their kids to cherry pick the candy, and then she noticed their eyes, dark and glaring, fixed on a point past Pip's shoulder where Ravi stood. 2 of the women drew together, staring at him as they muttered small, unheard things behind their hands. I don't understand the beef they got with Ravi. He ain't do it. But here I'm talking junk and he on my suspect list. But still. Chapter 42. What did you do? Kara said. I don't know. I tripped coming down the stairs from econ. I think I sprained it. Pip fake limped over to her. I walked to school this morning. I don't have a car, she said. Oh, crap. And Mom has a late showing. You can get a lift with me and Dad, Kara said, slipping her arm under Pip's to help her to her locker. She took the textbook from Pip's hand and placed it on the pile inside. Don't know why you'd willingly choose to walk when you have your own car. I never get to use mine now that Naomi's home. I just felt like walking, Pip said. I don't have Barney as an excuse anymore. Kara gave her a pitying look and closed the locker door. Come on then, she said. Let's hobble out to the parking lot. Lucky for you, I'm Muscle McGee. I did 9 whole push-ups yesterday. 9 whole ones? Pip smiled. I know. Play your cards right and you might win a ticket to the gun show. She flexed and growled. Pip's heart broke for her then. She hoped that whatever happened, Kara wouldn't lose this, her happy, silly self. With Pip propped up against Kara, they staggered up the hall and out of the side door. The cold wind bit her nose and she narrowed her eyes against it. They made their way slowly around the back of the school and toward the teacher's lot, Kara filling the journey with details of Halloween movie night. Pip tensed every time she mentioned her dad. Mr. Ward was there already, waiting by his car. There you are, he said, spotted Kara. What happened? Pip sprained her ankle, Kara said, opened the back door and her mom's working late. Can we give her a ride? Sure, of course. Mr. Ward darted forward to take Pip's arm and help her into the car. His skin touched hers. It took all her strength not to recoil from him. Backpack settled beside her. Pip watched as he climbed into the driver's seat and started the engine. So what happened, Pip? He asked, waiting for a group of kids to cross the road before pulling out of the parking lot. I'm not sure. I think I just landed on it funny. I'm sure it'll be fine in a couple of days. She pulled out her phone and made sure it was on silent. She had it turned off most of the day and the battery was almost full. Mr. Ward batted Kara's hand away when she started flickering through the radio station. My car, my music, he said. Pip, she jumped and almost dropped the phone. Is your ankle swollen? He asked. She bent forward and reached down to feel it, the phone in her hand. Pretending to knead her ankle, she twisted her wrist and pushed the phone far under the back seat. A little bit, she said, straightening up, her face flushed with blood. Not too bad. Okay, that's good, he said, winding through the traffic up Main Street. You should elevate it tonight. Yeah, I will, she said, and caught his eye in the rearview mirror. And then, I've just realized it's a tutoring day. I'm not going to make you late, am I? Where do you have to get to? Oh, don't worry, he said, indicating left down Pips Road. I've only got to get over to Stanford. It's no bother. Phew, okay. Kara was asking what was for dinner as Mr. Ward slowed and swung into Pip's driveway. Oh, your mom is home, he said, nodding towards her mom's car as he pulled to a stop. Is she? Pip felt her heartbeat doubling. Scared he'd hear it in her voice. Her showing must have been canceled last minute. I should have checked. Sorry. Don't be silly. He turned around. Do you need help? To the door? No, she said quickly, grabbing her backpack. No, thank you. I'll be fine. She pushed open the car door and started to shuffle out. Wait, Kara said suddenly. Pip froze. Please say she hasn't seen the phone, please. Good luck with your app, she said, drawing out the words in an off-key tune. You're going to get it. I just know it. Yes, best of luck, Pip, Mr. Ward smiled. I'd say break a leg, but I think the time is a little off for that. Pip laughed so hollow it almost echoed. Thanks, she said, and thanks for the ride. She pushed the car door shut and limped up to the house, her ears pricked, listening to the rumble of their car as it drove away. She opened her front door and dropped the limp. Hello, her mom called from the kitchen. Do you want anything to eat? No thanks, she said, loitering in the entryway. Ravi's coming over to help me read over my essay one last time before I submit. Her mom gave her a look. What? Don't think I don't know my own daughter, she said, washing mushrooms in the sink. She only works alone and has a reputation for making other kids cry in group projects. Working? Sure. She gave her the look again. Keep your door open and submit it already. The deadline is at midnight. Geez, I will. She had time. She still had time. Just as she was starting up the steps, a Ravi-shaped blur knocked at the front door. Pip let him in and he called hello to her mom as he followed her upstairs to her room. Door open, Pip said awkwardly when Ravi went to close it. Got it. All good with the phone? He said. She sat cross-legged on her bed and Ravi pulled the desk chair over to sit in front of her. Yep, it's under the back seat. Okay. He unlocked his phone and opened the Find My Friends app. Pip leaned in closer, and heads almost touching, they stared down at the map on the screen. Pip's little orange avatar was parked outside the Ward's house on Hillside. Ravi clicked refresh, but it didn't move. He hasn't left yet, Pip said. Shuffling footsteps moved along the hallway, and Pip looked up to see Josh standing in her doorway. Pippo, he said, fiddling with his springy hair, can Ravi come down and play FIFA with me? Ravi and Pip looked at each other. Not now, Josh, she said. We're a little busy. I'll come down and play later, okay, bud? Ravi said. Okay. Josh dropped his arms in defeat and patted away. He's on the move, Ravi said, refreshing the map. Where? Just down Hillside at the moment, before the roundabout. The avatar didn't move in real time. They had to keep pressing refresh and wait for the orange circle to jump along the route. It stopped just at the roundabout. Refresh it, Pip said impatiently. If he doesn't turn left, then he's not heading to Stanford. The refresh button spun with faded lines. Loading. Loading. The page refreshed and the orange avatar had disappeared. Where'd it go? Said Pip. Ravi scrolled around the map to see where Mr. Ward had jumped to. Stop, Pip spotted it. There, he's heading north up Route 124. They stared at each other. He's not going to Stanford, Ravi said. No, he's not. They watched for the next 14 minutes as Mr. Ward drove up the road, jumping incrementally whenever Ravi hit refresh. He's near New Canaan, Ravi said, and then, seeing Pip's face, what? The Wards used to live in New Canaan before they moved to a bigger house in Fairview, before we met them. He turned, Ravi said, and Pip leaned in again. Down somewhere called Graveson Road. Pip stared at the orange dot, motionless on the white pixel road. Refresh, she said. I am, Ravi said. It's stuck. He pressed refresh again. The loading circle spun for a second and cleared, leaving the orange dot in the same place. He pressed it again, and it still didn't move. He stopped, Pip said. Clutching Ravi's wrist and turning it to get a better look at the map, she stood up, grabbed Ravi's laptop from her desk, and settled it on her lap. Let's see where he is. She opened the browser and pulled up Google Maps. She searched for Graveson Road, New Canaan, and clicked to satellite mode. How far down the road would you say he is? Here? She pointed at the screen. I think a bit more to the left. Okay. Pip clicked the spot in open street view. The narrow road was enclosed by trees and tall shrubbery that glittered in the sun as Pip clicked and dragged the screen to get a full view of the area. The houses were on only one side set back from the street. You think he's at this house? She pointed at a small brick house with a white garage door barely visible behind the trees and a telephone pole. Ravi looked from his phone to his laptop screen. It's either that one or the one to the left of it. Pip looked up the street numbers. So he's either at number 42 or 44. Is that where they used to live? Ravi asked. Pip shrugged. She didn't know. Could you find out from Kara? Yeah, she said. I'm seeing her tomorrow. Her stomach churned. She's my best friend, and this is going to destroy her. It's going to destroy everything. Ravi slipped his hands into hers. It was warm and she felt steadier, holding on to him. It's nearly over, Pip, he said. It's over now, she said. We need to go there tonight and see what Elliot's hiding. Andy could be alive in there. That's just a guess. This whole thing has been a guess. She took her hand away so she could hold her aching head. I need this to be over. I know, Ravi said gently. We are going to end this, but not tonight. Tomorrow. You find out from Kara which address he's going to, if it is their old house. And then tomorrow night, we can go there when Elliot's not there and see what he's up to. Or we can call the police with an anonymous tip and send them to that address. Okay? But not now, Pip. You can't upend your whole life tonight. I won't let you. I won't let you throw away Columbia for this. Right now, you are going to edit your essay, check it over, and submit that application before midnight, okay? But, no but, Sarge. He stared at her, his eyes suddenly sharp. Mr. Ward is not ruining your life as well, okay? Okay, she said quietly, remembering then that Mr. Ward was an inextricable part of her application too. He written one of her college recommendation letters. Good. Ravi pulled her off the bed and into her chair, wheeling her over to the desk and setting the laptop up in front of her. You are going to forget about Andy Bell and Sal for the next 6 hours. That's in order. He traced his finger across her chin for just a second. Pip looked up at him, at his kind eyes and his serious face, and she didn't know what to say, didn't know what to feel. She was somewhere between laughing and crying and screaming. When Ravi was gone, she opened the Word doc of her essay and read it through. It sounded forced, not like her at all. It sounded like something she thought they wanted to hear, not who she really was. Be brave, said all the college prep websites. Be honest. So she was. She highlighted her entire essay, pressed delete, and started again. What's wrong with me, she wrote. I might seem like the ideal student, homework always in early, every extra credit and extracurricular I can get my hands on, the good girl and the high achiever. But I realized something just now. It's not ambition, not entirely. It's fear, because I don't know who I am when I'm not working, when I'm not focused on or totally consumed by a task. Who am I between the projects and the assignments when there's nothing to do? I haven't found her yet, and it scares me. Maybe that's why, for my senior capstone project this year, I decided to solve a murder. And that's the end of chapter 42. Whoa. Okay, so with these chapters, they tracking Mr. Ward. I feel like if she asks questions and the whole Ward family is in on it, I think it's going to pique something in the Wards. And if she asks Kara about the old address, Kara might mention it to Naomi, and then Naomi might mention it to her dad, and then Pip is in danger again of, being found out that she didn't drop the project or she didn't drop what she was doing. But where is Mr. Ward going? And they finally mentioned that they think Andy's still alive. It took how many chapters for them to say that? Tell me. I've been saying it the whole time. Andy's alive. But I'm going to still hold on to Andy might still be alive. We just need to know where Mr. Ward is going. Is he really tutoring? And yeah, we're going to have to see in the next chapters. But I'm going to see you in the next chapters. Bye for now.